Hi, I'm Clint Flack. I'm the exhibit specialist at the Mercer Museum. Today is October 22nd. This is the anniversary of the Treasury robbery in Bucks County. It's the largest robbery of public funds in Bucks County history. So on October 22nd, 1781, 11 or 12 Doan Gang members ride into Newtown, which at that point in time was the county seat. They ride past the Treasury building. They go about a half-mile away to the house of John Hart, the treasurer. Burst through the door at 10 o'clock at night. John Hart is sitting down to dinner with his neighbor. Suddenly he sees these men come in with guns, point guns at him. He's startled, he jumps up, push him back down into his seat, and they say, "Keep your seats, good people." They then demand all the money to the Treasury. John Hart's terrified. He admits there's some money upstairs in his children's bedroom. So some of the Doan Gang goes upstairs, bursts through the children's door. The children are startled. They start to cry. The Doans comfort them. They say, "Don't be scared. We're only here to help your father carry some money up to the Treasury." They reach under the bed, they pull out a big bundle of cash, which they're not prepared for, so they take the pillowcase of a young girl and stuff it full of the money. They go back downstairs, they hold John Hart hostage, and they demand the keys to the Treasury building. John Hart gives it to him. He also gives them his coat and his hat so they can disguise themselves, and they start to walk up the street towards the Treasury building. As they do, some poor bystander crossing the street in the middle of the night in Newtown is taken hostage. They walk up to the Treasury, they unlock the door, they walk inside, and they see that desk. This is John Hart, the treasurer's actual desk. Once they get inside, they realize they have the keys to the Treasury, but they don't have the keys to the desk. It's locked. So what do? They pry open the top three drawers with a knife. This desk still bears the scars of those knife marks even today. Once they get inside, they find 1,200 Spanish silver dollars. Also find 400 French crowns, along with a whole bunch more cash. They take everything they can, they load it up, they ride out of Newtown. They end up dividing the money at the schoolhouse in Wrightstown near the Quaker Meeting House. There was a whole bunch of gold in the Treasury. The Doans didn't find it for some reason. That may be because this desk actually contained secret compartments. So behind this drawer slides in here, there's little boxes that slide along on a rope that you can pull forward. The gold may have actually been in there, and that's why the Doans didn't get it. So after the robbery in 1781, the Doans robbed the Treasury again in 1786. This time they don't bother going to John Hart's house. They actually ride to the Treasury and they pull the iron door right off of the hinges with a team of horses. They go in, they break open the desk again, ride off into the night with their loot. 1 month to the day later, John Hart, the treasurer, dies. The desk comes up for sale. It is bought by John Chapman, who was a justice of the peace or a judge here in Bucks County. He displays it in his law office until his death around 1800. Afterwards, around 1820, the desk is sold by his family. It is bought by the grandchildren of gang member Joseph Tomlinson Jr., and it remains in that family as a trophy to this very day. If you want to learn more about the desk or see it in person, come to the Doan exhibition at the Mercer Museum.